Good day, Mom. Good day, everyone. Today we will report about commercial math, and the assigned topic that we will discuss today is all about stock and bonds, with the theme Building Wealth Through Financial Market. Our objectives: understand stocks and bonds. Number two, know the differences between stock and bonds. And lastly, analyze how stocks and bonds are used in a business. This is our conceptual framework. So, the reporter of the stocks is May Amor Jose. The stocks have two subtopics, which is the dividend yield. The reporter is Lovis Valdez, and the market value. The reporter are Ricky Fuentes and Maria Galast. And the bonds, the reporter are Kurt Francis Ganados and Rhea May Eray. So, our introduction. Stocks and bonds are the two primary types of financial securities that investors can include in their investment portfolios. Understanding the fundamental differences between these asset classes is crucial for building a diversified and balanced investment strategy.
Hi everyone, so now let us first tackle about stocks. Say for example, in a company, companies may raise money either by borrowing or selling their shares of stocks in order to finance the needs of their operations and probably plan an expansion of their company. So, the company may raise money through selling shares of ownership, which we call stocks. A stock is a type of investment that represents ownership in a company. When you buy a stock, you are buying a small piece of the company and you become a stockholder. Stockholder, also known as shareholder, is an individual or institution that legally owns one or more shares of the stock in a public or private corporation. As a stockholder, you have a share in the profit or losses of the company. Upon buying, the stockholder receives a stock certificate which indicate the number of shares of stock they own. It includes information like the number of shares they owned, the date, an identification number, usually with a signature, and sometimes the value of the shares. As I said earlier, as a stockholder, you have a share in the profit or losses of the company. Now, the company may distribute profits to the stockholder in the form of dividends. For example, a stock pays an annual dividend of 60 pesos per share. Calculate the dividend paid to Eva who has 120 shares of the company's stock. 120 multiplied by 60 is equal to 7,200. So, Eva will receive 7,200 in dividends. Again, class, we just have to multiply the given numbers to solve the dividend.
So now, I will discuss the dividend yield. So first, what is dividend yield? So dividend yield is the amount of dividend divided by the price of the stock and is expressed as percent. In other words, it shows the percentage of the market price of the share that shareholders are getting back in the form of dividend. So in other words, dividend or divided. So to calculate dividend yield, we must use the simple interest formula. So I have some example. So this is my example. A stock pays an annual dividend of 80 pesos per share. If stock is trading at 1,500 pesos, what is the dividend yield? So this is the given. P is equal to 1,500, I is equal to 80, T is equal to 1 because it says here that annual because annual is equal to 1. And the R, that we will find it later because R is the dividend or the market price per share or the rate or the percentage. So, as I said earlier, we use the simple interest formula, which is the I equals PRT. So, this is my solution. So, 80 equals 1,500, open and close parentheses, R, open and close parentheses, and 1, open and close parentheses. First, let's multiply 1,500 times 1. So, equals to 1,500. So, to find the R, let's divide. So, 1,500, it divides itself, so we cross out. So, here, 80 divided by 1,500 is equal to 0.053. So the R here is 0.053. But they say the percentage. To find the percentage, we times it or we multiply it to 100. So 0.053 times 100 is equal to 5.3%. So the R is 5.3%. So the dividend yield is equal to 5.3%.
The market value of a share of stock is the price for which the stockholder is willing to sell a share of stock and the buyers is will to purchase it. So, the stock trades may have brokers which also charge commissions at varying levels. These things happen in the stock market in case of the Philippines. It is the Philippine Stock Exchange, which is PSE.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Maria Rachel Bigalas, and this is the example of market value in stock. So, here, example. So, first, we need to find the profit or loss of sale of stock. To find this, we need to multiply the sales price, which is 1,400, and the purchasing price, which is that 1,200, and multiply by 50 share in your company. So 1,400 times 50 is equal to 70,000. 1,200 times 50 is equal to 60,000. Next, you need to subtract the 70,000 and 60,000. So 70,000 minus 60,000 is 10,000. So the answer of so the profit of the stock, which is 10,000. So second is we need to find the commission of the broker. So you need to multiply the 35% of the broker times of the selling price, which is 70,000. So 0.035 times 70,000 is equal to 2,400. That's the broker commission of the broker, which is 2,400.
So, bonds. A bond is a financial device through which a borrower is a duty bonded to pay the principal and interest on a loan at a specific date in the future to the lender or bondholder. So, finance and economics. Bonds are fundamental in financial modeling, risk management, and economic analysis. In finance, bonds represent financial instrument used for borrowing and lending capital, and understand their mathematical principles is essential for investors, policymakers, and financial institutions.
A par value or face value of a bond is the original amount of money that borrowed by a particular company. So most of them issue a face value of 1,000. So here is the example. A bond with a face value of 1,000 pesos has a 4% coupon and a 15-year maturity date. The interest is calculated using the simple interest formula. Our formula is PRT, principal, rate, and time. Our principal is 1,000. Our rate is 0.04 because it is converted to decimal, and our time is 15. So now, to get the answer, we will multiply these all numbers. So 1,000 times 0.04 times 15. So it is 600. So the bondholder will receive the face value of 1,000 plus 600 for the interest.